Hey, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to throw out a video on a new piece of power equipment that I just recently picked up. If you've been watching my prior videos, you know I moved and I'm on to a new piece of property. I've got some acreage that I've got to take care of now. So I went and, like I said, picked up a new piece of power equipment. I alluded to it in my prior video. It's about ready to hop on it today and get to work, and I thought, you know, this would be a good time to introduce you guys to it. So without further ado, let's get to it. There she is, 1998 Craftsman GT. I looked at a lot of garden tractors before I actually settled on this one. I was looking at John Deere, Cub Cadet, Craftsman, Scotts, who's also made by John Deere, Husqvarna, Kubota, a lot of different brands. A lot of them were on the higher end, based on name primarily, from what I could tell. This one is just in exceptional condition, this Craftsman GT. And what sets these apart from a typical riding lawnmower, right back here, first and foremost, you've got 12-inch wheels. Typically on a riding mower, you're gonna have 8s, maybe 10s. And then up front on this, you have 6-inch wheels. Again, on a typical riding lawnmower, you're gonna have 4s. So you've got a little bit more stability, width, which gives you a bigger footprint. If you look at the back, not what you typically see on a riding lawnmower. You've got more torque. This is a 22 horsepower engine. I'll show you that. This is a Kohler Pro. You can see all the particulars there, but at the end of the day, what you're really looking at is it's 22 horsepower, 2-cylinder. A lot of power put down to these big tires back here. She's in great shape, like I said. Sounds like she's got a cam in her when she's idling with this muffler on here. I'll let you listen to that in a sec. Battery's in great shape. All the electronics as well. Just whoever had this took really good care of it. Starter's in great shape. Headlights and the wiring underneath the hood's just perfect shape. No dents on the hood, on the exterior. Headlights, they work. I'll talk about those in a second. The only blemish is the front grille. I don't even know if you could see that. He hit something up here and it just kind of pushed these two in on the front grille there. But other than that, just normal, you know, pinstriping from scraping bushes and whatnot. There's some rust down in here. I apologize for the shadows. It's that time of day. But that's no big deal. This plate will come out. You can just sand that down, put it in a rattle can. The deck, really good shape. A lot of these decks are just completely rusted out. I mean, this one's dirty and dusty from mowing. But it's in great shape. The linkages for the deck and the steering, same. He replaced one of the pulleys down here. I think you could see it back there, that nice gold one in the back there. So he replaced that along with some nuts and bolts. I don't think he replaced the deck belt on this, but it doesn't look like it needs it. I'll tell you a story about the drive belt on this at the end, but the wheels for the deck are in good shape. Up top, what you will normally see on these is the steering wheel. It looks like it's just been through hell and back. This one's in great shape. Seat as well. Normally you're going to see a lot of these seats just tattered and torn. This one's just in fantastic condition for its age. Again, this is 1998. I put an aftermarket hitch on that. I'll talk about that in a second, but let's go through the features real quick. First of all, this is a hydrostatic transmission. And what that means is it's driven by hydraulic fluid. Once you release the clutch, it's a shift on the go. So you've got reverse, neutral, got your low gear, your kind of high, low gear. This is typically what you're gonna run the mower in when you're cutting. And then you've got ultra high gear, which will put you at about, I don't know, I'm guessing 7-8 miles an hour or something like that. This is the lever to raise and lower your deck for cutting. There's some fine adjustments on the other side that I'll show you. But down here, even the covers for the pulleys are in great shape. There's another look at that new pulley that he put on there. It has a parking brake here. When you engage this parking brake, that allows you, the driver, to get up off the seat. The seat is actually a dead man switch. So if you don't have that parking brake on, if you get up off the seat, it just kills the engine. This is your electric PTO for your deck. So down is off, you pull this out, and then that engages the mowing deck. Here's your ignition. This is a standard ignition, so it's off. If you go up one, those are your headlights. You can see there. That's your accessories, and then all the way is your start. I've used the lights a ton on this, taking my garbage cans up to the end of the property for pickup. I've also mowed with the lights on. The lights work great. Just as good as any automobile that you would have. Fuel's out back. A lot of these riding mowers will have the fuel either here or up where the cup holder is. This one's out back, which is a lot more convenient. Any overspill, if you have any, is just going to go straight on the ground, not onto the tractor. So I like that. I think the tank is either 3 or 4 gallons. I can't remember. Back in the back here, you've got a toe plate. It has eyes on it for safety chains or whatever else you want to hook up there. There's another eye up top that you can see up here. This lever here is so that you disengage the transmission altogether so that you can push it freely when the motor's off. So if you need to load it into a trailer or whatnot. So the way it's set up now, it is with the transmission engaged. If I was to pull this cotter pin out, push it up, and put the cotter pin up above there, then that would disengage the transmission. So great feature. Most of the mowers, most garden tractors have those. This hitch I talk about, I bought this aftermarket, put this on here. From the factory, these tractors typically come with a little lip that you can install a ball on out here. And what'll typically happen is you'll put too big of a load in there and then this lip will get bent down. So the reason this hitch is really cool is you drill 2 new holes into that lip, one on either side, as you can see there, and then there's a bolt that runs through where you would typically put your ball. So that just strengthens it all together. Combine that with the fact that you have this top plate here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld on 2 pieces of steel that go back to the hitch plate here, and that way I don't have to ever worry about this thing bending on me. I've also installed this sleeve up here, which allows me to put in a 2-inch shank if I need to put in a bigger ball, or if I need to adjust the height, because you can also put a ball down here. So that just gives me some options. Cup holder over here. Then you've got your choke. This is your throttle. Slow or low, and then high. You've got an amp meter up here, and it works. This is your clutch and your brake. Right now it's engaged because I have the parking brake on, but you release this, and like I said, with the hydrostatic transmission, you're shift on the fly. And for you to stop, you just obviously depress the clutch. So hydrostatic transmissions are pretty simple to operate. No levers, no gears. This is how you fine tune the deck. So I got my finger in it, sorry about that. But you turn this lever one way or the other. And that operates the fine adjustments, which you can see down here. So if you want the deck to be a little bit higher, crank it. Want it to be a little bit lower, crank it the other way. But it'll give you something to look at so you know what you're doing there. So it's not just dropping the deck down. You do have some adjustment. Anyway, that is the 1998 Craftsman GT. Just like I said, great shape for how old it is. Really nothing wrong with it at all. It's got a slight crack, I don't know if I mentioned that. It's got a slight crack in the discharge sheet there, but that's no big deal at all. A lot of times that thing gets in my way. All right, let me start her up for you. This will be a cold start, so we'll see what we got here. Sounds like she has a cam in her, I told you. She'll go right up from idle to high, no problem. I'll engage the mower deck for you, and then I'll take her out and show you how she mows. Sun's starting to set and the mosquitoes are starting to come out. I got about half the yard mowed, but I hope you enjoyed that. It's just kind of a quick overview of my new garden tractor. If you're in the market for a garden tractor, I highly recommend checking out the old Craftsman stuff, late 80s, early 90s. From what I can tell, it is just better built than what they're kicking out nowadays. And I've got a mosquito coming after me. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next video.